Welcome to the All-Star Review version of the recap. The All-Star game has a long history dating back to 2021, East versus West, the first two seasons, and then last year we had Team Brooks with a victory over Team Samard. This year we're going to spice it up a little bit more. 14 All-Stars. There were over 50 players in the BBWL this season, and we got to narrow down to 14 of the very best. But this year, the team will have coaches, and who better than to coach the teams than two guys that have seen more BBWL games than anybody else. That's right. This year, we're going to have Team Colton versus Team Camden. The way this will go down is each round, we will pair up two players based on ability, and the boys will choose which player they want. Addie Brooks along for some action as well. She'll throw out the ceremonial first pitch while serving lemonade from the lemonade stand. It'll be open and ready to go. A little rock, paper, scissors to determine who gets first pick or who wants home. So Colton Brooks wins the rock, paper, scissors and decides to take home, giving Camden Brooks first pick from our first two All-Stars matchup. And no two better guys to match up than Mason Brown and Steven Koval. Mason had a .79 ERA and was 5-0 on the mound with 43 strikeouts, which is unheard of in the BBWL. And this guy does it all. 12 home runs, 22 RBIs, and he had a 1.38 ERA. He was 3-2 with 39 Ks for the Knights. And Camden gets the first pick. He's going to take Koval. That leaves Colton with Mason Brown, not too shabby, and he'll get the first pick in the next pairing. Koval and Brown will throw the first two innings in the All-Star game. Well deserved. Next up in our pairing, a 405 hitter. 8 home runs, 18 RBIs, a 1.39 ERA. He was 4-0 on the mound with 34 Ks. That's Jared Lee. And his counterpart in the pairing, a 556 hitter, 4 home runs, 11 RBIs. He was 3-0 on the mound, has been a dominant force in the league, and that's Greg Hoteling. Colton gets first pick from this pairing. Let's see who he takes. And he's going to take Jared Lee, leaving Camden with Greg Hoteling. Next up in our pairing, a 471 hitter, 7 home runs, 17 RBIs, a 337 ERA, 2-1 on the mound with 14 Ks, Alex Yash. And he'll get paired up with World Series star Tyler Strock, 3-1 on the mound with 26 Ks, and he had 8 home runs this year. Cam gets first pick this round, and he's going to go with Tyler Strock, leaving Colton with Alex Yash. For our next pairing, the next guy is the Grizzlies ace. He was 2-1 on the mound, and he had 6 home runs and 16 RBIs behind a .429 batting average. Ben Ferlito. And for his pairing, the Bulls ace, 3-1 on the mound with 8 home runs and 20 RBIs, Lucas Ferguson. Colton's pick in this round, and he's going to take Lucas Ferguson, leaving Camden with Ben Ferlito. And for our next pairing, the next guy, a 531 hitter with 26 home runs and 65 RBIs. He was 3-4 with 35 Ks for the Bandits, George Brooks. Paired with him, his former teammate, a 411 hitter with 8 home runs and 29 RBIs. He was 4-4 this year for the Bandits with 34 Ks before being traded, Joey Parentino. Cam's got the pick in this round. Tough to pass on Dad. Sorry, Joe. Colton means no disrespect. He just didn't want to lose out on picking his dad in the round. So Camden gets Brooks, and Colton gets Parentino. For our next pairing, this guy had an ERA under 4, which is incredibly hard to do in the BBWL. A 3.82 ERA. He was 3-1 on the mound for the Bandits with 14 Ks. He had a .500 on base percentage. That's Jason Perkins. His matchup in this pairing, a 424 hitter with 8 home runs, 14 RBIs, 3-2 on the mound, 22 Ks, Jake Keller. Colton Brooks gets first pick in this round, and he's taking Jason Perkins, Keller to Team Camden. For our next pairing, the next guy is a 505 hitter with 26 home runs and 56 RBIs, Tim Fazioli. And his pairing, a 625 hitter with 18 home runs and 52 RBIs, Ryan Kasuba. These are the only two guys that won't pitch in this year's All-Star game. Cam gets the final pick in the draft, and he's going to take Ryan Kasuba, Tim Fazioli to Team Colton. And there you have it, a final look at the rosters. The first three guys drafted by each coach will pitch 2 innings each in order. The next 3 guys that were picked will pitch the final 3 innings, 1 inning apiece. This should be a good one. We look forward to seeing everybody for the 2024 All-Star Game. Thanks for joining us once again on the All-Star version of The Recap.